Thank you for tuning in to Out of Bounds. I'm Pierce Simpson. I'm joined here, as always, by Complex sports editor Adam Caparell. Adam, this is, I believe it's Wednesday. Still no smiles into the new season 2. Okay.
Maybe week 2.
Maybe week 2? Okay, staying on brand. Next to Adam Caparell is Gilbert Arenas. Gil, you laughing already, brother. What's happening?
Because when the beat hits, you put on your smile, he goes to a straight face no matter what he's doing. Like he hears the beat. Yeah.
It's game time.
He just staying pretty much on brand all the time.
He put his Kanye on.
That's what he does. Now, fellas, you got into a little situation with a former teammate. It wasn't a bad thing, but we had Dwight Howard all in the comment section on our Instagram over at Out of Bounds. He referenced a story where you might have gotten punched by a teammate trying to break up a fight. Gil, what is Dwight Howard talking about?
Okay. We were in Sacramento. Mm-hmm. Right, so we're in Sacramento, and you know how you have the first unit, second unit. So the second unit, we're getting our ass whooped because Brandon Bass can't remember the plays. So you know, if you don't remember the plays, you know, and everyone looks stupid. So you know, after the game, Duhan and him are going at it because you know Duhan was the point. Yeah. So him and Duhan are going at it. So they decide to square up.
Now, Chris, if I remember correctly,
talking like locker room? Or you talking about
in the locker
team
room?
Bus or what?
In the locker room, they square up.
Did Chris Duhan realize how big Brandon Bass was to try and fight him?
Yeah. So they squaring up. I decide, you know what? Let me break it up. You know, so I jump in the middle of it. As soon as I jump in the middle, I get punched.
Who connected on you, Duhan or Brandon?
Brandon Bass. Threw the punch.
That's the wrong guy.
Bam. Right? Okay, we know Duhan is from Duke. Right. You know, them smarty-arty types always got to make you feel dumb. Yeah. So Duhan hits him with, look at this. Look at this. You so fucking dumb. You don't know none of the plays, and you don't even know how to throw a fucking punch. And it was so funny because Duhan was like he was so disappointed that he didn't get hit. Look at this. He's so fucking dumb. I wanted to say something, but that punch actually hurt.
That's what I was about to say. How much pain were you in?
Nah, that was the last time I jumped in front of that bullet.
1,000%. And Dwight mentioned y'all two have some of the best stories in the league.
Yeah, we had that was a funny team. That was a funny team. Stan Van Gundy, Duhan, and Dwight, hilarious. Hilarious.
A million stories.
That's pretty amazing. Now, you mentioned fights. There's been a string of altercations in the NBA this week. And another one happened last night between Arron Afflalo and, forgive me if I butchered this name, Timberwolves Bjelica, which is a power forward. They got into a little skirmish. As you can tell, my man put him in a complete headlock after Arron Afflalo tried to swing on him. Them two had kind of gotten to a tiff earlier that game. Gil, was this a hold me back NBA fight or is this legit?
You know what? You know, Aaron's from Compton.
Yes.
So what he was taught started off right. You know, swing first.
Didn't finish.
I think once he got put in that DDT headlock, his whole thought process went out the window.
If the refs didn't stop it, he would have kept him in the headlock.
That's what I'm saying. I've never seen a man, throw a punch and in the middle of his punch, he's in a headlock.
Yo, so quick. I don't understand how you don't connect. You being that close. Don't connect and then get put in the headlock on the top.
I understand not to connect. I don't think Afflalo was really trying to hit him. It's always that. But he needs to know the NBA rule, especially being a veteran. Swing, back up, let everybody break it in. But you can't swing and get put into a DDT.
It was amazing that he just missed. He was that close and missed. Adam, what's your thoughts?
I think he's been watching a lot of our boy Deontay Wilder because that was a wild, wild haymaker that just did not land.
But when all of the haymakers is always wild.
Well, yeah, Shaq, Brad Miller,
Yeah, but you don't throw a haymaker and then get put into a headlock.
Yeah, but also you're battling against a guy that's like 6 inches taller than you. So.
Yeah.
Let's say no one got hit.
Right.
But there's a guaranteed loser and winner of this fight.
What makes you say that?
Afflalo lost this. Afflalo lost this fight, and it was nobody. This is the first time in history no one got punched, but there's a winner and a loser.
I think it's the first time I've seen a grown man get put in a headlock in an NBA game like that where he can't move.
In the great words of Duhan, He's so fucking dumb.
It was just ridiculous. Any predictions on suspensions? Do you think some suspensions?
I mean, who's going to throw down tonight? Every day there's a new fight in the NBA.
Come on. That's just more embarrassing.
But Afflao's probably going to get he may get a game or two for that.
Yeah,
at
I
least.
See that.
If he connected, he would have been out for like 5 to 10.
Yeah, easy.
That's more embarrassing than anything.
Get put in the
headlock. The guy got one hand up. Come on, little dude.
And the ref's like, let him go. Let him go.
All right,
He's had enough.
All right. Switching over to the gridiron, Dale Earnhardt Jr. wants to be a minority owner of the Panthers. He joins the list of celebrities, including Steph Curry and Diddy, expressing interest in owning a share of the Panthers. Of course, they're kind of up for sale now with the whole issue with their owner, Richardson. Panthers are valued at $2.3 billion. So Diddy, Dale, and Steph definitely can't own it outright, but they can own some pieces. Maybe Diddy can own a majority share, how should I put it? I should say a controlling owner share at $690 million, which is about 30% of the team. Diddy can obviously afford that, but who would be the best minority owners for the Panthers to invest into the team and have a good look for the NFL going forward?
You want me to answer this one, or you got it? None of these names. None of these names.
I mean, Steph is a massive Panthers fan, though.
Yeah, that's cute, but at $690 million, Steph's money is not that long.
Oh, he's got a long way to go.
Yeah, I mean,
Under Armour dividends got to fucking double or triple.
When it comes to owners, the other owners have to approve, right?
Well, yeah. So again, the controlling owner share would be 30% of that $2.3 billion, which would be $690 million. Diddy maybe has that kind of money, but you're going to think that some other billionaire is going to come in and spend.
Diddy's not going to spend. If he has, he's not going to spend it all on this team. It's just let's just be honest.
If he didn't want to play Black Rob, you think he's going to want to play the Carolina Panthers?
Yeah, let's just be honest. It's going to be an oil guy from Texas. Who thinks touching vagina is okay and is not too fond of Negroes. So, nothing's going to change. Nothing's going to change on all this.
If Future's making the same money as Cam Newton, he should be one of minority owners. And also, the guys are going to be investing or not investing, but going after this team, all the Bitcoin bros better do it now because they're about to lose their value ASAP.
No one's going to accept Bitcoin. Trust
no
me.
Bitcoin for an NFL.
No one's going to accept no Bitcoin.
I just think it's interesting that these guys, whether it's athletes, musicians, or entertainers, want to invest a large stake of money into a franchise when it's really not that lucrative at the end of the day. I think I've heard.
It's a vanity thing.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I think I've heard.
But it's lucrative when it sells. I mean, that's what I'm saying. The new money, they're trying to figure out ways to make money. You got to remember, all these teams selling, it's from people who owned the team when they bought it for $1 million, $2 million. Yeah. So that's where they're, maybe in 20 years, these teams are worth 10, 20 billion.
I mean, the way NFL values are skyrocketing, yeah, definitely easy could because the Panthers are one of the, I think the lower value teams maybe 5 to 10 years ago. Yeah. And now $2.3 billion for a team in Carolina, that's insane.
5 to 10 years ago, I think right now they're still one of the lowest value teams. I mean, their stadium's antiquated. I believe it was built in 1995, 1996. They want a new stadium. I just don't see the value in buying an NFL franchise of this magnitude.
But if you're Steph and over your career you're gonna, accumulate $400 to $500 million based on your Under Armour, your sponsorship deals, and also your NBA money, you got to do something with that.
But what's funny? That's still $200 million short of 30%.
Yeah,
exactly. Did you just say $400 million, Steph?
Well, I'm saying
he has one.
No, that's what he's going to get. I mean, the net of that.
He just signed his 5-year deal.
5-year, $200-something million.
He's gonna be 35.
But he allegedly
can't get another $100 million
at 35.
Chris Paul's about to get $200 million at 32.
With how
32.
With how absurd
35.
NBA money is, he can't get another $90 to $100 million.
At 35, are you going to pay Steph that kind of money at 35
if
years
he's still
old?
healthy.
If he's chunking it from 40 feet, I might.
At 35?
I might.
You got to consider it. Yeah, if he can still pull up from 35. Yeah.
Dwayne Wade just turned 36. Just so y'all understand. Okay?
All right.
All right.
All right. So speaking of Steph, he has the top NBA jersey for the calendar year of 2017. The NBA released the stats recently and said that Steph was the most popular jersey amongst their sales, and that the Warriors the top-selling team in terms of merch. So let me run you down the top list of the jerseys. Number 1, Steph. Number 2, LeBron. 3, KD. 4, Giannis. 5, Kristaps. 6, Joel Embiid. 7 was Russ. 8, Ben Simmons. 9, Kawhi Leonard, your boy. And 10, James Harden. So out of those top 10 right there, Lonzo Ball, by the way, came in at number 11. Out of those top 10 to 11 guys right there, whose jersey would you buy and whose jersey would you trash?
We already know who he's going to trash.
Well, yeah, I know, yeah. Well, actually, there's 2 choices in that list.
Yeah, that's it.
No.
Number 9 and number 11.
I mean, you got to remember, all these jerseys are new, so it's, fans got to update their jerseys. I'm going to go with... I'm going with 0. I'm going Westbrook. Westbrook or James? You can't lose to Westbrook or James.
Here's the funny.
You're gonna rock a Westbrook jersey.
Mr. Triple Double?
Yeah. Who are you gonna trash?
Trash?
Yeah.
I think you come me.
Your boy Lonzo, your boy Kawhi.
No.
There's only two choices.
It's colors. It's colors.
Oh, you're going on colors. Okay.
Yeah, it's colors. What
so
fit
LA.
don't,
So LA.
What's gonna look
what
better?
fit don't work? Black goes with everything, so I got to keep Kawhi.
Shocked by that.
Purple
Very
and
shocked.
gold. It's kind of.
You were wearing purple and gold the other day.
No, that was Kobe though.
Listen, I feel like I have.
I'm trying not to answer this one.
See, exactly. See, I know Gilbert, and I feel like he's like, okay, I can't trash Kawhi because they called me out. So, and it's funny, his connection, right? He said, I'm going to go with 0. Of course, he wore 0 throughout his playing career. And then he said, I'm going to choose either Russ or James, 2 LA guys.
Yeah.
So it's like, I see the connection there.
Diplomatic.
But he was onto something with the new Nike jerseys, right? You have to re-up. You have to get new gear. You don't want to look, outdated out here. And also, I noticed through the top 10, there's a lot of new players with up-and-coming teams, like the fan bases that have been deprived for years, whether it's Philly, your New York Knicks, the Lakers even.
Giannis.
They want to,
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, because some of these jerseys, some of these teams, some of the players that's on these jerseys, they haven't had stars in that city for a while. So when you look at it, you got 2 Philly boys, even though this is their first year, but the city has somebody to buy besides, back when Allen Iverson played.
Yeah.
Golden State. You got 3 Golden State players on there, so obviously they are moving a lot of merchandise.
Yeah, they're moving a ton.
And Milwaukee.
I'm going to take a Giannis jersey because
Okay.
I think that the redesign Nike did with the Bucks jersey are pretty cool. And also big ups to my fellow Greek.
Okay. Learn new things.
And, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Whatever jersey looks hot at that moment. There's some that you be like, ooh, that's
True.
Trash and Lonzo's.
Hand wave from you?
Hand wave Lonzo's.
Okay.
the purple and gold is cool, but I think whenever they switch the colorway, it's like, when they came out with the black, it was like, that's a nice one.
Now, we talked about Steph Curry and the Warriors, and they have a pivotal matchup this weekend against the Houston Rockets, and we're going to explore the details of that matchup. This is In Play. Fellas, 2 of the best offensive teams in the league and in the Western Conference are slated to play this weekend. The Warriors and Rockets on ABC, Saturday night, primetime matchup. James Harden could very well be back. Mm-hmm. What are we anticipating with this game on Saturday night?
Oh, it's going to be a good one.
You think so?
Because, you got both teams who are the top 2 teams for this year's championship, run. So it's going to be a playoff atmosphere.
Yeah. Currently 1 and 2 in points per game. Golden State being number 1, Rockets being number 2. But considering a little mishap in Los Angeles earlier this week between the Rockets and Clippers, some players might get suspended for this game. Trevor Ariza could potentially be on the snide. Gerald Green, maybe James Harden. Who knows? Chris Paul could be involved.
Hopefully, Houston has a game before that Saturday game where
they can just get
give a suspension.
Yeah, also, too, we don't even know about James Harden's status right now. He's supposed to come back potentially for the Thursday game against the T-Wolves, but definitely targeted for the Saturday game. So it's like, but, let me ask you this. When James has been off, for 2 weeks with a hamstring issue that he suffered New Year's Eve, getting back into the fold like that, maybe not having his conditioning against a top conditioned team like the Warriors, how is that going to play out if James came back to play his first game against the Warriors?
Yeah. He's going to be rusty a little bit, but, he's a scorer, so he has that knack for scoring and knows how to score. So the play will be amazing from, both sides. I don't think anyone's going to get blown out, but if they do, that means Warriors
See, this is where I got to call you out, because he said he didn't think anybody could get blown out, but earlier this week when the Warriors played the Cavs, we said, 15-10? He said it was going to be a close game.
Yeah. It was a close game.
They won by 10.
It's a close game.
Yeah. But, this is going to be this is going to be an offensive shootout. We know that for sure. 2 offensive-minded teams, and again, the Warriors. You talk about this all the time. When they play on the road, they're much more offensive-minded. You expect more points out of them. Expect them to kind of just be ultra aggressive.
Between the Rockets and the Warriors, whenever they played, it was always under games.
As far as the point total?
Yeah, point total was always under games because it was just as great as fast-paced as they play. It just doesn't equate to, in the game when they're matching up. Because, James Harden is more of a one-on-one style, so that slows the pace up too.
Yeah, and especially when you go to the lane and just like hug the guy and they call a foul on the defender, that's usually how the game slows down.
It's all about initiating contact.
Hey, listen, I can dig it.
All right,
Who you going with, though?
Who am I going with?
Oh, predictions. I like it.
Predictions, yes. I'm going to take the Warriors. Again, they are 20-3 on the road right now, the best road team in the league. They're on a 13-game road winning streak. I think that continues.
Going with the Warriors as well. I think they're about to reel off a ton of wins.
And again, if Harden's coming back from injury and kind of getting the rust off a little bit,
Where are they playing
in a full strength.
I believe Houston.
Yeah,
I'm going with Houston.
With a team that may be.
I'm going with Houston. They're going to get suspended on Thursday. They're going to be ready. I'm going with Houston.
That's what you're going with? Okay.
All right. All right, time to move on. We're going to bring it over to fair or foul. All right, and Isaiah Thomas is backtracking on a planned video tribute where the Celtics are planning to retire Paul Pierce's jersey next month. If you guys haven't been following the drama that's unfolded the past essentially 24 hours, after being offered a video tribute by the Celtics, Isaiah Thomas said that he would prefer not to be given the tribute when Paul Pierce has his number retired February 11th. Pierce was kind of outspoken yesterday on ESPN saying that he does not want IT to be honored on his day. So my question for you guys, from Paul Pierce's perspective, you call him fair or foul on Pierce big timing essentially IT and saying that I don't want him honored on my day?
It's fair.
How?
You're retiring this man's, someone who's been there, 15 years? He's been a Boston for 15 years, and you even thought about, the thought came to your head to celebrate and give IT a tribute on his day.
You can't give him 30 seconds?
Yeah.
You can't give.
It's like it'd be a minute out of the day, and Paul Pierce is going to get a 15-minute extravaganza during halftime,
Exactly.
and there's going to be 1,034 jerseys in the building.
This is just like when you're getting married and then one of your friends proposes to his girl during your wedding. It's one of those, like, come on, like stop. Like, no, Boston should not be trying to.
I mean, I get where Pierce has come from, but again, it's not that long of it's a few seconds essentially.
But
people are going to forget it big time.
It doesn't matter. It's your day. Your jersey's being retired for what you've done in that city. So compared to what IT did last year, it does not equate. So why
does IT even deserve a video tribute though?
I feel like his contributions to the Celtics were very vast in that short time that he was there. Nobody expected the Celtics to rebuild as quick as they did. You don't even have the pieces that you have now with Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Kyrie Irving. You don't even get to that point without Isaiah Thomas bringing them up from the cellar.
I mean, what he did last year was amazing. Do you remember?
What do you mean?
Do you remember him at Boston
you remember
in 10
it,
years?
but is it
Will
worthy?
you remember him at Boston in 10 years?
Yeah.
No.
1,000%.
No, he didn't have a career. He had a stint in Boston.
Yeah.
Not a career. So when it's all said and done, you won't say, oh, he was one of the greatest Boston Celtics of all time.
You won't say that about Paul Pierce either.
Yes, you will.
He'll be
Yes,
up
you
there.
will. Come on, he played 15 years.
Is he a top 4 Celtic of all time?
No.
No. He's not a top 4 Celtic of all
Well,
time.
I don't know the old ones that was just getting attributes and trophies
if you check the history,
being
no,
dominant.
Bird, Parrish, McHale, Bill Russell.
That's one team. He's going to name off one team.
I said Bill Russell.
But it's a great team.
That's
But I'm just
4
saying you're
already.
naming because it was a dominant team. Oh, my God.
All right, but we should look at what IT tweeted out yesterday, kind of again trying to extricate
What
himself. from the whole
Draymond say
situation.
about what Draymond say about Paul Pierce? They don't love you like that.
All right, here's IT's tweet. I'd like to thank the Celtics for their gracious offer to play a video tribute on February 11th, celebrating my 3 years in Boston. But since it appears this has caused some controversy with Paul Pierce's night, I asked the Celtics instead to focus all of their attention on number 34's career. So he's taking the high road.
But
I
you
get
see the
that.
3 years.
Time out. The amazing thing about that tweet is when he put since it appears. There's so much shade in the whole since it appears.
Well, no, I mean,
But he always throws. He's always. I thought he wasn't talking to Diddy Hayes no more. Which one is it?
well, no, Pierce's former teammates threw shade at IT. You had Tony Allen come out and say they supported Paul Pierce. I think KG talked about his support for Paul Pierce. And Rondo yesterday had some legitimate, quotes saying that essentially when they came to Rondo yesterday in Boston with the Pelicans game, they asked him his thoughts. Rondo's response was, "What has he done? What has IT done for Boston?"
This 08 Celtics era, swear they did more than what they accomplished. You won one title.
Well,
right?
Yeah,
Right?
but here's what
One championship, and they swore they won.
but they had a long sustained run of success.
They're not a dynasty.
Well, here's what Rondo also said. This is the Boston Celtics. This isn't the Phoenix Suns. No disrespect to any organization, but you don't hang conference titles. Do we hang going to the conference finals? What do we hang here? They hang banners. They don't hang conference
But that's what I'm
titles.
saying.
Yeah.
It's like
I think IT had a nice run for 3
He had
years,
a nice
but like, does it
run.
really need a video tribute? No.
No.
A video tribute. We're not talking about his jersey going into the Raptors.
But as a video tribute,
agree.
it's the same. Like you're like you traded him.
Atlanta gave Tim Hardaway Jr. a video tribute from what I
These
hear.
video tributes
Y'all
are getting
can't
out of
give
hand.
IT
They're getting out of
something.
hand.
Well, then I
Getting
want
out of hand.
my video tribute from my Golden State days.
You
Right,
just-
I played a year and a half there.
You need a Magic
but it was an
tribute, too.
impact.
They gonna-
I even won an award.
They gonna put the afro on the screen.
Just an afro on the screen. Give me 10 seconds.
Listen,
Give me 2.5 seconds.
See, here's my thing, right? It's like Paul looked at Kobe's tribute and was like, I want the same type of treatment. Paul, are you on Kobe's level? No. He wouldn't even.
Yeah, but he
He's
was
a Hall of Famer. But I mean, at the end of the day,
Listen, I'm not taking that from
to
him.
the franchise, yes,
He's not even a top 4 Celtic.
No, but
he
he's a
held
Hall
that
of
friendship,
Famer,
but-
and he was on shitty teams for a
teams
long time
for-
there. He was
like,
the
he
one
stood
reason to
there.
go to the Celtics game for a while.
Like he stood there from when like he didn't jump ship at all.
Yeah.
So you have to tribute him very well.
See, that's,
I mean, come on.
what?
All for a big blow at Paul Pierce thing, but IT doesn't really.
I mean, it should be
tribute.
it should be Paul Pierce land. It was Kobe land. It should be Paul Pierce.
But
It should be Paul Pierce.
Paul Pierce land in Boston when it's cold as shit.
Ain't
out.
nobody getting
But
there.
you can be an adult. You can let IT have 2 minutes of a video tribute early on. You're getting halftime.
Listen, here's
I
my
can't wait till it's his birthday. I can't wait till his birthday. And it's his day.
Listen,
I'll celebrate you. I'll celebrate everybody else.
And I just make it half minus 30 seconds.
I just 30 seconds. That's it. 30 seconds.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
And it puts in between the timeout and the first quarter.
But that's what I'm saying. You can
Jamal
do it.
Crawford got a video tribute.
You can do look. You can do it in the playoffs.
No,
Tribute
you
this shit in the
can't do
playoffs.
a video tribute in the playoffs.
Do the tribute. Do this shit. I mean, that's what I'm saying.
They really should have done it January 3rd.
Yeah, they
when he
should
was
have
there.
done it. Yeah,
I mean,
should've
but
done
IT didn't want to do it
I mean-
because he wasn't playing, his family wasn't there. But they should have done it January
Paul
3rd.
Pierce is always.
Screw it.
He's always heard about something.
But I'm saying you traded a guy like doing a tribute.
But at least Pierce is honest about this stuff. He doesn't hold back.
He's just-
Give him
Yeah,
credit.
you don't want. No, trust me. You don't want someone else getting celebrated on your day.
And also, Pierce an LA guy. No wonder you're on his side.
Yeah,
See,
celebrate.
Shocker.
oh man, give IT a tribute. Give him a
Yeah,
tribute.
give him tribute.
Moving things on to a sport that you and I don't really know much about, but this sounds kind of interesting. Kid Rock is headlined the 2018 NHL All-Star Game. No excitement? Okay.
What's so funny is I didn't even know NHL had it.
All-Star game? Yeah, they crown all-stars in that sport.
What?
Right.
When? All the time. I mean, I know, but when?
Now-
what part of the year is this?
What do you mean, what year is it?
What part of the year is the All-Star game?
It's in a few weeks.
Now what makes this fair? Now,
It's a few weeks before the NBA All-Star.
because it runs with basketball. That's why I never paid attention to it.
now why this isn't fair or foul is because of Kid Rock's previous controversial statements and actions. He displayed the Confederate flag during many of his concert tours. He's been accused of past racism, sexism, and homophobia in his public statements.
I am not part of this segment.
As Gilbert Arenas turns. So Gilbert's saying foul. Cap, what you going with on this?
We're going with a hand wave for the Trump supporter.
Yeah.
We don't need Kid Rock anywhere near a major platform for sports or anything like that. Get Kid Rock all the way the hell out of here. I mean, can't the NHL do a country singer or some other guy that's not problematic like
Gil,
Kid Rock?
you on your cam. Put your fist back up.
What's so funny is I was about to drink my card, but there ain't shit in it. So it's like I'm just gonna keep here until y'all finish this segment.
This is the funniest thing ever. Listen,
I'm sure PK Subban is just ecstatic that Kid Rock is going to be performing.
right? It's NHL
Yeah.
hand
You
wave.
guys got to do better than that. Come on.
Y'all, this is Kid Rock. Is this 2001? Like, why would you have
Yeah.
Kid Rock as the All-Star game?
Is he doing bow at the bar? Like, I
Yeah,
mean, what,
that's just.
Hey, do I got waves in the back?
no.
Okay.
It's
Just in this segment, just keep it going.
Gil, will you turn around so we can wrap up the show? Great
say
to
goodbye
have
to
you
the
back,
audience.
brother.
Hey, I'm glad to be back.
Hey, listen, we know where you stand when it comes to Kid Rock and Fair or Foul. But fellas, we wrapped up the latest edition of Out of Bounds. Maybe you'll smile tomorrow. Maybe
We'll see.
We'll see. Yeah, listen, it's we never know.
Oh, I didn't notice we all have gray on.
Absolutely.
I mean, he got 2 shades of white T-shirts under.
It's about layers, pal.
Pow. For Mr. Adam Caparel, Gilbert Arenas, I'm Pierce Simpson. It's the latest edition of Out of Bounds. We'll see you tomorrow. You have a good night.